This is a top to what we use on stage, but it's very, very special because if you can see, the numbers all go to 11. Look, right across the board. 11, 11,
and most of
11,
the amps go up to 10.
Exactly.
Does that mean it's louder? Is it any louder?
Well, it's one louder, isn't it? It's not 10. You see, most blokes, be playing at 10. You're on 10 here, all the way up, all the way up, all the way up. You're on 10 on your guitar. Where can you go from there? Where?
I don't know.
Nowhere, exactly. What we do is if we need that extra push over the cliff, you know what we do?
Put it up to 11.
11, exactly. One louder.
Why don't you just make 10 louder and make 10 be the top number and make that a little louder?
These go to 11.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Rhythm Section, a Memphis music podcast. Produced by SRP Studios Podcasting, srpstudiosllc.com.
Catch new episodes every Tuesday morning on Apple and Spotify, 6 p.m. Central on YouTube and Facebook, and 7:30 p.m. on radio-memphis.com.
Follow us at therhythmsectionpod.com for all channel links and episodes. Welcome to the show, everybody. My name's Derrick. Got my buddy Jeff over here. How you doing, Jeff?
I'm awesome.
We got a great show for you. We have a special guest that we have not going to introduce yet. So first, today's massive interview is with Brannon Heath from Midnite Train, the new bass player from Midnite Train, but a longtime band, the Southern Edition band, among other projects that we all talk about. And next week we got Johnny Lamb, drummer for Aquanet. Is it Johnny Hellraiser?
Yes.
Is that his stage name?
That is his name.
Johnny Hellraiser. So, of course, we go into all that.
And his many other projects.
Yes, we talk a lot. And we talk planes because he was in the Air Force, so you had a field day with that.
Yeah.
That's all coming next week. Quick programming note. So, Sunday Replay, something that's been going on for well over a year now. Me and Jeff kind of pulled it out of the scripts.
Has it been well over a year now?
Sure.
Golly,
yeah. I know, right? And for those that, well, you should know because it comes through the feeds, at least on audio, Apple and Spotify. To the YouTube viewer audience, Sunday Replay has been missing for the last 10 weeks. And that's because for the last 10 weeks, we've been cycling through our one little 10-episode audio-only season that we had. But that's coming to an end. So if you're listening to this unpublished day, this coming Sunday, April 13th, is Cristobaldo Part 2. So Cristobaldo came in and closed out that audio-only season. Felt like there was too much to talk about still. Left way too much on the table. He agreed to open up that next season with us, and that's when we brought the cameras back in.
Right. Had to bring the cameras back for somebody that sexy.
Yeah. I mean, we had to capitalize on the fact that he agreed to a second one. Yep. So we brought the cameras back. But so to the YouTube audience, go to Apple or Spotify and thumb through the feed, and you'll see all kinds of great interviews with like Lance Binder, Chris Craig, the first one with Chris Craig and Kinley Wolf. I don't want to miss anyone, but I'm just kind of flying off my memory here.
By the seat of your pants.
By the seat of my pants. So there's a lot of great interviews in that 10-episode block. But yes, this Sunday, the 13th, Sunday Replay will be back on YouTube. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have a special guest today. The one, the only, Mr. Steve Owens in the house.
How we doing?
What's going on, buddy?
Good morning.
Good morning to you, sir. You reached out earlier this week and demanded Jeff. He texted me. He's like,
I know.
I'm coming in
He's
and talking about this.
Kind of gotten cocky.
I know, man.
Me? Nah, never.
Dude, you're doing something else awesome for local bands.
Yes.
And that's what we're going to talk about.
Yeah, so there's going to be some original music every week at Roosters.
We're starting once a month.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Sundays.
I
Once
thought
a
it.
month. No, not every week yet. I want to grow it every week. That would be great.
That would.
Yeah.
We're starting one Sunday a month, and hopefully growing to every other Sunday. And if we can get it big enough, we'll do it every Sunday.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
when I saw Sunday Originals, I just assumed that was every Sunday.
Yeah, we're just going to start on one. And I've got enough. When I posted that about doing this, it's unbelievable. I've had over 200 bands contact me.
Well, that's great. I didn't know we had 200 bands in the area that played original music.
This is not just in the area.
Sure.
Everything from Birmingham to Nashville to Little Rock to Jackson.
If they want to come here, bring it.
Yeah.
So the first one is Sunday, May 25th.
May 25th.
From 6 to 9 p.m.
Yep.
Got 3 bands. Five for the Kill, Hayden Hunter, and The Half of It. So tell us more about those bands.
Hayden Hunter and the yearly Trials.
Okay.
And the Half of It is the third band. Yeah, his name is...
Oh, I see. Yeah. There's more to it.
Yeah.
Okay.
You screwed up.
Down there to it.
I'm doing the best I can here.
Hayden, if you're starting to watch the show, you'll realize that won't be the last time we screw up somebody's name.
The logo's right there. Yeah. So there's a flyer. Have you started posting this flyer yet?
I wanted to come in and do this first before I start. I want to, when this hits Tuesday, I will probably start posting Wednesday.
Okay, this flyer will be on the show. I've by now have put it up on the screen.
Nice. Cool.
And awesome. So tell us more about these bands, and then we can break into the details of how the whole thing's going to work.
Basically, everybody knows who Five for the Kill is. If you don't,
they've been on this program.
Yep, they've been on
all
here.
but one.
Everybody,
4 out of the 5.
By the way, he told me when I talked to you, he wants to know when the hell are you going to let him come in here?
Well, that's my fault. I will get right on that.
And that's McCullough, right?
Yep. Get on those guys.
Yeah. Well, he's absolutely invited.
Hayden Hunter and the Yearly Trials, they are coming up out of Jackson, Mississippi.
All right.
And the Half of It, y'all seen the Half of It a couple of times. They played, I think, 3 shows in Memphis so far. They're out of Oxford.
Okay.
It's all rock. I'm trying to keep everybody, I guess you could say, in the same sound.
Sure.
For each show.
Makes
I'm going to
sense.
do a country show.
You don't want to have somebody playing jazz and then somebody playing
heavy metal,
rock.
Yep. So
I get it.
And the first show is the 25th.
I do want to know when the jazz evening is up though, because I'm attending that one.
You can play it because you are quite the jazz drummer.
Look, that's anytime you screw up,
all those mistakes.
It was a jazz lick. Sorry, Steve. Go ahead.
6 to 9, $5 at the door. We're asking everyone to please bring cash because that's how the bands are getting paid.
Yeah.
What they draw at the door will be split between the 3 bands evenly. And there will be a tip bucket on the stage. That band, the money that you put in and tip that band is their money. Every band, when they get done, they take the money out.
Gotcha.
And that goes toward what they're getting paid that night.
So the door gets split between all
3.
But the tip bucket goes to that specific band.
Yes.
Got it.
And somebody had mentioned something about maybe we ought to set it up and do a vote and this, that, and the other. Well, to me, there's your vote right there.
Yeah, that's a great point.
There's your vote.
Tip bucket's a good way to vote.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So
agreed.
And for bands who have merch.
Let's say this too. Sorry to interrupt, but to me, the voting aspect, don't do it. Is a little bit.
Shut up, eh?
The voting aspect's a little unfair.
Right, it is.
If a band is coming from out of town to come and do this, they deserve to get paid just like anybody else.
I agree. And it's hard. That's why I done it this way, because it's hard to get and this is another thing with the original music. It's hard to get a venue to give a band $500 that nobody in town has ever heard of and has no clue who they are. Right. So this is getting your music out there so people can hear you. If you have merch, you can bring it and you can sell it at the show. The bands that have it, because that also helps them with making their money.
Sure, yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and announce the second show, which will be Sunday, June 29th.
Pay attention,
as Josh Haynes would say.
Land Divided.
Nice.
And Sean Few's old band, Black 59.
Oh, you've got to be kidding me.
And the third will be to be determined, to be announced.
Oh, Sean Few, you didn't let me know this ahead of time. I'm a little disappointed. That's awesome. Is it all the original members of Black 50?
As far as I know, yes.
Holy
Very
hell,
cool.
I will be at that one.
Yeah,
I've
me
been
too.
on. I've
Is
been
Sean
on
going to wear
Sean.
his jorts and his Doc Martens?
There you go.
And I will say also for Land Divided, I may have got a sneak peek of some of the new stuff that
Nice.
they've been working on with one Jimmy Fulp.
Nice.
Boy, oh boy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
stuff.
I mean they've gone to the heavy side,
Nice.
Yeah.
the dark
I've
side.
heard that
I
it's-
mean it is awesome.
Yep.
So I'm excited to hear that live. So yeah,
And-
that's a definitely must go.
I'm not going to say anything about that.
You're not gonna
I didn't get
speculate, Baron
I didn't
3?
I didn't get the okay to announce what may be going along with that show.
Is that going to be the jazz band?
We're going to have Jeff do a solo.
Oh, no.
Oh, well, we're
That'd
talking.
be the shortest freaking thing you've ever seen in your life. I'm not a solo drummer, just a pocket player, people. So something I want to mention here real quick. Drum kit, sound and lighting, all provided by Keith Lyle.
Yes.
Second to none in sound and lighting. The guy's going to make you all sound incredible and look amazing, and that's awesome stuff.
But you added, definitely think about bringing your cymbals, sticks, pedals, snare, and throne, which
Yeah.
is typical, right?
If you're it's normal for everybody to bring their sticks. That's just
Yeah.
common knowledge. But if you want to use your own cymbal, snare, throne, pedals, bring it.
Yep.
But everything is there.
Okay, so it is all provided.
It's all
is.
provided. But if you want to use your own
you
stuff,
can switch
you're
out
welcome
if
to
you
use
want.
it.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't hurt to bring your snare anyway. Everybody knows you need a spare snare.
Yeah, and
Spare snare.
When I played there, I did use their snare. I had mine in case something went wrong.
Yep.
But I love playing my pedal. And I can't remember the throne that they had. But some
remember.
guys like me who are on the heavy side, your back starts to hurt.
It's a personal relationship. With
I
the throne.
love a good
Right.
throne,
Yeah.
Even at home when I'm doing my business, I got my own throne.
What business are we talking about here?
So no,
Doing my business.
you might want to bring your
That could mean a few things.
you have a rock and sock airlift throne
Yeah.
that cradles the coccyx. You might want to bring your own.
Cradles the coccyx. Oh.
So the only thing is, of course, you know how guitar players and bass players are. They want their own. Bass players are not as picky, but guitar players want their own amps. They have their own sound.
Have you met Derrick?
Well,
He's pretty picky bass player. So
everybody 9 times out of 10 with the bass players,
Yeah.
I say, hey, they've got this set up and
Yeah.
they're fine with playing it.
More often than not, any kind of multiple band situation, it's house kit, house bass rig.
Yep. Right.
That's and
Right.
everything's fine.
Standard.
That, If I'm part of it, I'm always the first one to raise my hand. We can use mine,
Yeah. Right.
for sure, because I want to use mine too. But that's the norm. You go up and down Broadway in Nashville, that's what you get. But all the guitar players got to have their thing. Yeah.
From my understanding, they're working on getting a bass rig set up, but they haven't got it to that point yet. So, which will make it that much easier.
Sure.
now, how do bands get in touch with you to sign up for this thing? Do you wanna put
Facebook.
Okay.
And my Facebook blew up for
Good.
me posting that.
Awesome.
They can contact me there. They can go to the musicians page.
The musicians
It's
booking
mine, and I
agency.
don't even remember it.
It's coming up in the ad. We got your back, man.
You fit in great here.
My phone number's on there. My email's on there. You can text me. You can call me. You can email me. Whatever you want to do. Get in touch with me. I'm
Carrier
really
pigeon.
really hoping that this is. I'm hoping this goes somewhere. I really do.
And we do too. I mean, it's awesome.
And we
giving
appreciate
opportunity
you
to original artists out there that can just
Right.
perform and, invite your audience. You got to kind of put it on the band a little bit. Bring people. Bring your people.
Right.
Bring your
Right.
family.
Right. That's the thing is, you can't expect them to bring a busload of people from Jackson, Mississippi.
Yeah, that's tough for
But,
them.
You're going to have the draw here for certain bands that'll get to see these people that they've never seen before.
Right.
Yep.
So it's a win-win for everybody. And at the same time, the music, I don't want to say has gotten stale, but you're listening to the same cover songs from 10 bands. And I'm hoping that this will bring back the let's go back to listening to fresh original music. Let
Right.
these artists do what they're talented and meant to do instead of playing someone else's music. I understand everybody wants to hear the cover tunes, the music that they know, but if you listen to this song 10 times, you'll know it. Sleep Theory started somewhere.
Yeah, for sure.
And look where they're at.
Yeah.
And it could inspire bands to start writing.
Right.
If it's a regular thing and it's moving along and it's
Right.
consistent, there's a lot of cover bands that have probably thought about doing originals, but it's easy to kind of turn it down in your own head, be like, but yeah, where are we going to play?
Right.
How are we going to do this?
And there's a lot of bands that have came together and done that and fell apart because there was nowhere for them to play.
Yep.
Excellent bands.
Yeah, I get it. I totally understand.
But you've got, I mean, I understand the club side of it, but I'm still in that 30 years ago where you didn't play covers.
Oh, no.
You played nothing but original.
And this place, Memphis, was absolutely rocking, man.
Yep.
And there were a lot of venues.
Every night,
Yep.
everybody was packed. Of course, we're old now. We can't do that.
No.
But
Oh, I can do it every night as long as start time is 6 p.m.
you're home in bed by 8.
Right.
Before we hit the ad break,
Yep.
you want to talk about the magnets?
Well, yeah, I'll just throw this out there for Steve. If you've listened to this program or if you know Steve, you know that he does T-shirts and tumblers and coffee mugs. He's always doing stuff to support bands, and he's now doing magnets. These are extremely cool. I hope you can see that. These were done for mine and Derrick's new project, Back in Time, Huey Lewis tribute. So we've actually got 2 logos. One was done by Steve, and one was done by the aforementioned, another big word I'm using. I'm full of them today.
You are fancy.
Sean
My
Few
God.
of the Black 59s and the Lost 45s, and formerly known as, and God, whatever else he's got going on.
Is it the Black 59s or Black 59?
Black 59.
Yeah,
Okay.
I always add the S there.
I've
my mistake.
gone back and forth too. So Black 59, boom. Not the
Right.
Black 59. I can't wait to hear them.
I can promise you they're going to rock your world.
Cool.
I
Good
love
deal.
those guys.
When he told me that, my mind went automatically to Black 69.
Hey now.
And I said that a couple of times. I said, Sean, 59 or 69? He said, no, 59. I said, okay.
I'm glad we clarified that. Well, we'll get back to you, Steve, before we wrap up this intro. We're going to repeat all the details. And then, of course, because of your wonderful support, we're going to have an ad for you, too, coming up. But today, we're starting with Area 51. Go ahead, Jeff.
Area 51 is one of the premier bands in Memphis and North Mississippi, bringing you songs from classic artists such as Autograph, Van Halen, Starship, and Kansas. Keep it Dewey, and check out one of their following shows.
Saturday, April 12th, Lafayette's from 5 to 8 p.m. There's a show for you, Jeff, starting at 5. And then Friday, April 18th at Dan McGinnis, 9 p.m. Follow on Facebook at Area 51 Memphis. Bands, pay attention, everybody. Are you ready to take your show to the next level? Well, David Griffin Audio brings the big sound, bright lights, flames, and sparks to every event, from private parties to festivals, fairs, clubs, and even poolside and patio gigs.
He did one of your shows. That's where your hair went. The flames
They're just gone. Eyebrows finally grew back, but everything else didn't.
Experience the largest QSC system in the area with David Griffin Audio. No job is too big or too small. Follow on Facebook at David Griffin Audio for updates.
Book them now. Call 901-299-1344 or email davidgriffinaudio@gmail.com. Bring the energy, bring the show. Steve Owens, David Griffin Audio.
Yes, sir.
Remember this.
Yes, sir.
And here we go. Speaking of one, Steve Owens, it is the Musicians Booking Agency. They connect top bands with the hottest venues in town. Whether you're a band looking for gigs or a venue needing incredible talent, if you're an original artist looking for a place to play, Steve Owens and the Musicians Booking Agency has you covered.
Stay in the loop. Follow on Facebook at the Musicians Booking Agency for updates on upcoming shows and new artists. Memphis music starts here. Don't miss out.
Call and text Steve at 3 a.m. in the morning at 901-870-6846.
Shows for this week are Bruce Key is at Hadley's. This is Wednesday, April the 9th. Bruce Key at Hadley's. Your Mom's New Boyfriend, one of the greatest band names in the history of mankind, is at Sidecar South Haven. Carrie Pegg's 50th birthday party at Bombshell Motorcycle Service, 6 p.m. bike night with the Boneyard.
The Boneyard.
All right.
Wow.
Friday, April 11th, Jeff and Steve Owens birthday celebration.
We share a birthday
at Neil's.
Yes.
With Generation X.
Yep.
And a special jazz drum solo to start the night.
Yeah.
30-Minute Ego is at Sidecar Memphis. And Grand Theft Audio at Hadley's. Again, all Friday, April 11th.
Saturday, April the 12th, 901 Rocks, one of my favorites. They are at Sidecar Memphis. 30-Minute Ego at Sidecar South Haven. Big Wheel at Mulligan 64. Your Mom's New Boyfriend is again. They are at 10th Inning. And Shotgun Billy's, also another great band. They are at Hadley's.
So you're sharing a birthday, huh?
Yeah.
Very cool.
We're going to party like it's
I didn't know that.
1999.
You guys are both turning 35. Congratulations.
Yes.
DeSoto Local is a digital advertising network throughout DeSoto County. They have moved the outdoor billboard concept indoors to high-traffic areas, connecting local businesses to their customers through their network of indoor digital billboards in over 30 locations.
Their indoor billboards are in popular places all over town, from restaurants to gyms and doctor's offices to auto repair. You will be seen wherever your customers go. These screens display full motion ads about the business hosting the screen, ads for local businesses in the area, and relevant local content.
The Rhythm Section podcast has a screen out there as we speak in all of these great locations. You're looking at it on the screen right now if you're watching. If you see that on a screen at a doctor's office, or much like your sister Jeff at the gym, twice now she's mentioned it.
Yep.
She sees it at the gym. You got 20 seconds, rather, to grab your phone and take a picture of it.
Yeah.
If you miss it, hang back, sit back, watch all the other screens for like 10 to 15 minutes. We'll be back through.
And be ready.
If you miss it the second time, you still got to wait. Just hang until you get that photo, please. And then text it to us, and we will mention you. And it helps Brandy Faulkner at DeSoto Local. It's awesome. It's a great testimonial for her and us, and we would appreciate that. So please advertise your business with DeSoto Local. Contact Brandy Faulkner today at 901-831-3212 and visit DeSotoLocal.biz for more information.
More Loud proudly pays tribute to the king of surf guitar, Mr. Dick Dale. Guitarist Jason Moore captures Dale's signature sound with aggressive, fast, and highly rhythmic playing, featuring rapid alternate picking, heavy reverb, and a powerful staccato attack that defined Dick Dale's sound.
In addition to honoring Dick Dale, More Loud performs instrumental rock and roll versions of classics like Smoke on the Water, Louie Louie, and House of the Rising Sun, all infused with that unmistakable Dick Dale energy.
Yeah, and if you're, for some reason, not aware of who Dick Dale is, just watch Pulp Fiction.
Yeah,
It's got great music in there.
Yep.
Coming spring of 2025, More Loud will release his original EP, Louder Than Life. New singles Finish Line and Paradiso are out now.
Update, it is out now. I forgot to change this. Coming spring 2025?
Yeah.
No.
I guess we're there.
It is there.
Okay.
Go to moreloud.com. That's MOORELOUD.com to find his new original EP, Louder Than Life, out now. So, Jason, if you're listening, sorry I forgot to update that. He did send me a text on that. So,
Cut.
Go check it out.
Out now. More Loud. No, just kidding. Go ahead.
Shut up, eh?
Okay.
Well. Very cool. Brannon Heath came in with us. It was a good old time.
Fun time.
We again, as I mentioned at the beginning of the show, he is the newest member of Midnite Train as the bass player. So we talk about how that came to be and what that experience is like. We find out that he's been playing bass for ever.
Yeah.
Among all of his other projects, but this is the first time that he's got a steady gig playing it, and he's enjoying it. It's fun. It's just fresh. It's new. Then we, of course, talk about the Southern Edition Band, the band that has been long running.
Yeah. You and I had a little history with him.
Yeah, so that's where it starts. Me and Jeff played with him years ago. We couldn't figure out the actual year, way before COVID.
Yep.
It was thrown together by our good friend, Jeff Cobble. Just called us one day. Hey, you want to play Alfred's with Brannon Heath?
We weren't smart enough to come up with the cow tippers.
That's right. Yeah,
but that's basically what happened. It just got thrown together.
Yeah. So it was the Brannon Heath band that night, and we had a good time. So we reminisce on that. And then this great little spinoff from Midnite Train called Off the Tracks, where Brannon and Karen Dillard Brown do an acoustic duo. I think that's really cool. It's a neat spinoff and perfect name. based off it coming from Midnite Train. It's just perfect. And he talks about his new studio.
Yeah.
Driftwood.
I had no clue about this.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people don't because he doesn't talk about it.
Right.
He's not pushing it out on socials. He's not really promoting it and marketing it. But it is an option. It's up in where he lives in Brighton, Tennessee. Mm-hmm. It's a beautiful studio. And he's, it's really his man cave. And where he can write and create, but he's working with artists as we speak.
Hopefully he didn't have any kind of damage from these storms that we've had the last couple of days, because I think that area up there got hit.
Yeah.
So, we probably should check on him.
Brandon, we hope everything's okay with that for sure. Yeah. But it was a fun time. We had a good time with him, and we'll get to his interview here quickly, but because we have our good friend Steve Owens in here, we're gonna close it out with you one more time. We got Sunday, May 25th, 6 to 9 p.m. at Roosters, 535 South Highland Street. A night full of original music. List off those band names again for us, Steve.
Fire for the Kill, Hayden Hunter and the Yearly Trials, and the half of it.
Yeah, the half of it. Each band gets 45 minutes.
Yep.
15 minutes to tear down your bass rig. It is $5 at the door.
$5 at the door. We're asking for cash, please.
Okay. And like you mentioned, the door money goes into a big pool that all the bands divide up evenly.
Yep. The door gets split between the bands evenly, and each band will have a tip bucket on the stage. That what they get while they're playing is their money. Mm-hmm. Each band keeps their tip money, and if any bands that play have merch, bring it and sell it. That's more money in your pocket.
Absolutely. And, of course, sound and lighting is supplied by the great Keith Lyle. Yep. Full drum kit if you want to use, bring your sticks.
Yeah.
That's all you need as a drummer. But you can bring your cymbals, sticks, pedals, snare, throne.
Yep.
If you want to do your business, like Jeff, bring your own throne. And if you're hearing this and interested in being a part of future Sundays at Roosters, reach out to Steve Owens.
Yep.
Facebook message him, and put yourself in line. Right.
Yep.
So
got a lot coming up, and I'm hoping this is a trial to see how it works. Hopefully, we get enough people in there and pack it so that we can continue doing this. And I would really love to do this. I would love to be, at least every other Sunday.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
At least every other Sunday. It gives you something to do. I wanted to go 6 to 9. It's late enough on Sunday that you can get your Sunday stuff done, and it's early enough on Sunday that you can get home and get in bed and be rested for Monday morning.
Mm-hmm. No, I think it's great. I think it's awesome.
So I have a question. Can any band that wants to get in this thing get in it? Even bands that we know Memphis has been loaded with bands that have had deals back in the day, and they did quite well for themselves.
Yep.
Are they okay to get in this thing if they want to, or is it just kind of unsigned?
I'm going to reach out to EMN and Roxy Blue and different bands like that. Tora. I doubt I can get them to do it, but I'm going to beg.
Fast Mothers.
Fast Mothers.
Let's get some Fast Mothers
We've
going.
gotten pretty tight with the big ear drummer.
I have a list. I sat down and wrote for about 2 hours of all the bands.
Yeah.
And all of those are included in it. And I'm actually going to reach back and see. I want to get bands that haven't played in forever.
Yeah, understood.
And it's going to be a hard battle, but I'm going to try to get maybe Pro Severe, Egypt Central.
Oh yeah,
Enter 61. Surrender the Fall.
Sure.
Bands like that that you haven't heard of in 10, 20 years.
And look, to bands like Every Mother's Nightmare and Tora and Roxy Blue, you guys can be instrumental in helping to facilitate this thing and grow it.
Right.
You know, you've had your day in the sun.
But they're still doing it. They still have a following.
You're still doing it. You still have a following, and maybe you can contribute to Memphis getting back on top as far as this original scene.
I like it.
That would be awesome.
That's a good challenge.
That's my thing of the 3 bands is having one band that's the name is known that's going to draw.
That's great.
Because if you've got 3 bands that nobody's ever heard of or have only heard 1 or 2 times, you're not going to have that big of a crowd. But if you've got EMN playing with these other 2 bands, they're going to come to see EMN and they're going to get to hear these other two bands.
Right.
Just like my first show, I wanted Five for the Kill to be involved in the first show because they blew up overnight.
Yeah, they've got a good following.
And they've got a great following. Everybody loves their music, and everybody that's heard their originals love their originals.
Right.
So, and they hadn't played in a while.
And if you do come to see one of those larger bands, we will lock the doors. You can't leave until the whole thing's over.
Yep.
So you're locked in.
Did you see that video with the pastor? Shut the doors. Shut the doors. Anyways.
All right. Enough
Steve
of that.
Owens, you're doing God's work. Thank you.
Thank you.
And
So are y'all.
from the bottom of our hearts, I can speak for Jeff on this. Thank you for your support to us.
Yes.
It's been awesome. We are so glad to be collaborating with you on this. It goes further than you realize. Thank you. Magnets, shirts. God, he does it all. Check him out. Coffee mugs, tumblers. Go, Steve Owens.
Yeah.
What's that number again? Let me look it up again. I can't find it.
901-870-6846.
All right. 3 a.m.
Big
Call
sexy at
in.
Facebook.com.
I've only got one person that hits me at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning.
Who is it? Name names.
I know it's not me. I do it at
just
about
went
4.
blank.
You just went
I
blank.
just went blank.
You fit right in, Mr. Steve Owens. Who else fits in with us? Big Note Music Lessons. Ready to play? Big Note Music Lessons offers one-on-one and group guitar, bass, keys, drums, and voice lessons. Try a free lesson, no obligation. Visit BigNoteMusicLessons.com. Complete the submission form and start your musical journey today. BigNoteMusicLessons.com.
Start your radio Memphis day with In the Morning with Rick and Monica from 9:30 to 2 p.m. Central for a wild ride of fun segments like News from the Stupid, That Guy, This Guy, Crime Time, and more. Radio Memphis. Did you come up with this where the planet tunes in to hear what Memphis sounds like?
No.
I was going to say, that's really good. sir.
Directly from their website,
Okay.
which is what?
That is radio-memphis.com.
That's right. That's right. Thank you to all who have donated. You can donate to our tip bucket by clicking our Venmo and Cash App links in the description or search the Rhythm Section Pod on either app.
Follow us at therhythmsectionpod.com. There you will see our entire catalog of insane episodes and links to our YouTube video, Apple, Spotify, Facebook, and Instagram channels.
Earth shattering.
Yes.
One more time, Steve Owens in the house. Thank you so much for what you do,
man.
sir.
Thank you guys.
You're
for having
always
me.
welcome here. You can always demand to be on our intro with us. Always. Just don't call me at 3 in the morning.
The Black 59s. They will be 59.
Oops. I accidentally hit the button.
They will be at the second.
June 29th.
Thank you.
Block 59.
I took the S out
59.
on the second one.
All right, everybody. Please enjoy our interview with Mr. Brannon Heath. Take care, everybody.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Tommy Burrows.
Yeah.
That name sounds familiar.
He's had tons of stuff. I mean, he's been on a lot of records and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was with the River Bluff Clan when they first started out, and still with them when he passed.
Yeah.
But him and Jimmy Davis went off to do Jimmy Davis and Junction. And that's when I met him when I was 10. One of my good friends in the neighborhood lived up the road from me. That was his uncle.
Gotcha.
So that's
There you
how
go.
I met
Yeah.
Tommy way back when.
Very cool. And now we've started the show, everyone. That's Brannon Heath that you just heard.
I love it.
We got to keep that.
Yeah, for sure.
Welcome to the show, man.
I appreciate y'all having me.
It has been a minute
It has been
since
a minute.
I've seen you. And was the last time I saw him the same as you, Jeff?
Well, I saw him just recently. You
Yeah.
came in with Frankie when we were playing, Gen X was playing Roosters.
Gotcha.
And they were playing right next door.
Okay.
And they just bopped over and said
That's right.
hi. And
Next door meaning newbies, which
Yeah.
will absolutely be coming up with your work with Frankie and Eddie. But yeah, last time I saw you, I played with you.
Yeah.
Many years ago
Many
in
years
Elfridge,
ago in
along with
Elfridge.
Jeff Ward and our
Jeff
very
Cobble.
good friend, Jeff Cobble. We love you, Jeff. We love you, Cobbs.
he's not watching this.
And I could, that had to have been like 17, 18. I mean, that was
Yeah.
many years ago.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you.
It's certainly pre-COVID.
I've slept since then.
Heard that.
So, welcome to the show. Where did you come in from this morning?
Brighton, Tennessee.
Brighton, Tennessee.
Yeah, that's a drive.
Okay. That's where you live, up that way?
Yeah.
How far is that from here?
An hour.
Well, thanks for making that drive.
Absolutely.
Appreciate you. And I know you played last night.
Oh, yeah. Down here in South Haven.
Okay.
Yeah. So you just back and forth.
Where'd you play?
10th inning.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Very cool. With Midnite Train.
Yeah.
Midnite Train.
We will be discussing your part with them now as their new bass player.
That's right.
Which is really cool.
It is very cool.
And you're solid, man. I was like, look at him, man, fucking bass player too. Look at this guy.
Doing it all.
I played bass as a kid. I started with a band at 14 years old. And I was playing with a band called Gemini. And I loved playing that with them. And then I left them and started another band called Serenity. Or I joined another band called Serenity. It was with Max Patterson and Chris Harris.
Okay.
There you go. I know Max.
And we had Paul Crosby on drums.
And you on bass again for this one? So you started on bass.
I started on guitar at a young age.
But bass was the instrument you started playing live with, gigging with, or
Well, before that, I was with my first stepdad,
okay.
playing with him and my mom playing guitar.
Okay. So what age are we talking there?
10.
Okay, yeah.
Like, I was having to go outside on my breaks.
Yeah.
And he'd bring in Ben Colley from the Barcays every once in a while. And Ben gave me my first trumpet before I went to junior high, and I still have it and still play it.
Nice.
Wow, look at you.
I play trombone, sax.
You're a one-man
I was about
horn
to
section.
make a joke and say, when are you going to take up sax?
Good deal.
Yeah.
So why shift to bass?
I was just, wanting something extra to do.
Yeah.
And when David Gregory left the band, it's funny because he took my place in Gemini when I was 17. And now I took his place. And the drummer,
that's right. Yeah, all these years later for Midnite. Yeah.
And then the drummer, he had been with me in Southern Edition for the past 7 years. It's Tommy Barber, and then I've known Chris Hinkle since I was about 15.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So it's an easy outfit for you to just jump right into.
I already knew Karen and her husband Dennis, and it's like it just fit like a glove.
That's great.
Slid right in there and been working hard. A whole new set list with the whole band.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
And with the acoustic thing that me and Karen are doing.
That's right. Off the Tracks, which great name. Perfect name. Yeah, because Karen, prior to this, wasn't doing duo stuff, was she?
She did, but it's been years. She said it's been almost 10 years since she's done anything like that.
Yeah.
So she's really excited about it.
Yeah. Was that part of the deal when she approached you? Like, hey, I have this idea.
It just popped up. I was like,
After already joining them, they're like, hey, let's do a duo.
Yep.
Very cool.
Let's make some money.
Yeah, that's right.
That's it.
That's where it's at. Yeah. Because you're no stranger to the duo and the trio acoustic stuff and
Solo even.
solo. Yeah. That's being a non-singing bass player like myself. I have no options other than being in a band.
I am having a time learning how to sing
Yeah.
and play bass, and I can't sing lead and play bass. I've never done it. It's going to take me a long time.
I'm sure you'll get it.
But yeah, I want to get my chops worked up for laying down some bass tracks on some original stuff that I'm recording at my recording studio.
Cool.
Yes. So much to cover. So much to cover. But where are you from originally?
I was born and raised here in Memphis, So,
Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Right.
Not here in Hernando.
No, not here in Hernando. I went to Bartlett.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you started very young.
Very young.
And out of high school, were you into bands full time in that era and touring around? And
I was playing in bands, and I was also welding.
Oh,
I'm a certified welder.
Is that something you still do?
Mm-hmm.
nice.
Nice.
I do fab work, ornamental iron. I did steel construction for a while. Built Lake Cormorant High School and middle school.
Oh, wow.
The air traffic control tower down at Biloxi Air Force Base. 2 schools down in Bay City, Mississippi. Was it Bay
St. Louis?
Bay St. Louis,
Yeah.
Mississippi. The Corinth Prison. The auditorium at
You
Baptist East.
better hope the welding holds there.
I built houses for a while. I had a paint company here in DeSoto County for a while, 2 years ago.
Oh, good for you, man. So right now you're still just welding?
No, right now I'm just playing music.
Oh, good for you.
Man, good for you, dude. That's I love it.
In the welding world, do you do MIG, TIG, stick, all of it?
All of it.
All of it.
What were those words you just said?
MIG welding, TIG welding, or stick welding. It's all
And
MIG, TIG, or stick.
right.
I drove a truck cross country for quite a while too.
Did what?
Drove a truck cross country.
Okay.
I've had a CDL since '98.
Man, do you know Kenny Francis?
Yeah.
I've seen him on here.
Yeah.
What
Okay.
Charlie posted.
Yeah, he's been
He
doing
does.
it for years.
Yeah.
He's out 2 weeks at a time. He's been doing that forever. Comes home every other weekend.
I got tired of it.
I bet it gets old.
Yeah.
I'll
It
get
must
tired
get
of that
old.
in about a week.
Yeah, and then seeing him driving out in Alaska on ice roads and stuff, that's a little
It's
hairy.
crazy. Yeah. It's crazy.
I would fail immediately when it comes time to backing up.
Oh, for sure.
Immediately.
Yeah.
Especially the double trailer.
Yeah. Lots of lives would be in danger when I started backing that thing up.
Exactly. I mean, the years I was doing the van and trailer thing in bands,
Yeah.
I love driving forward in that situation, but if the trailer needed to be snaked into anything or anywhere or whatever, I'd be like, I need a bigger man than me to do this for me. And my guy, Ryan Harris, could parallel park a van and trailer in a double spot. Impressive. In like city parking, city busyness. Anyways, that just gives me anxiety thinking about it. Well, where do you want to start here? I mean, we got all these, you've already named off all these names that we know, and you said David Gregory, he's going to be on the show soon. We've had Frankie, Hollie. We certainly want to get Eddie Smith on here, but let's start there. Let's start.
Henkel that he mentioned, he's coming on
Yep,
soon.
he's booked. So
Well, let's start.
Go ahead, Jeff.
Just
Yes.
with the order that you've got here, let's start with the trio that you do with Frankie and Eddie Smith
Okay.
at Newbies. How long have you guys been doing that?
Right at 9 years.
And what nights is it you play there?
Thursday nights.
Thursday nights every week.
Every week.
That's awesome. And Eddie Smith, that's a name that if you're a musician in this area, you should know that name because he's been there and done that for a while.
And of course, this came up when we had Frankie in here. Between the three of you, 1,000 songs. I mean, what are we talking here? Goodness.
No telling.
We don't go by
and,
set list.
and then faking it when needed. I'm sure you guys can just jump on anything.
Eddie will start the song and not even tell us what he's playing.
That's awesome. Keeps everybody kind of on their toes, but if you know every song known to man, it's probably not a big deal.
Yeah.
Now, is the genre you guys cover mostly country?
Mostly.
Yeah.
Southern rock, classic rock. But I do play, with him, I play a regular 6-string acoustic, baritone acoustic, and bass.
Oh, you do bring a bass. And
Sometimes, yeah.
even well before joining Midnite Train? Is that something you
at
always
times,
did?
At times, yeah.
Oh,
Because I got an acoustic bass I'll take down there with me. So
Nice. I used to have one of those. They're nice.
Do you guys get a pretty good college crowd in there for your? Yeah,
it's crazy.
that's awesome.
It's a late
Crazy,
start,
isn't it?
right? Is it a later start?
It's a late start.
Yeah.
Like a-
Sometimes it's 10:30 before we get started.
Oh wow.
Yeah. But when's the crowd really starting to roll in? Like 11 midnight?
About 10:30.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you start then. You're not starting at 8 and then playing to an empty room until they show up. You just start and go until what time?
Till 12:30.
That's not bad.
Yeah. It's not bad at all. We'll do a couple sets but we also run the club too.
Meaning,
When Miss Deb, that's Jack Holder's wife, when she passed away, we started running. She was sick for a year and on the phone with Eddie. So,
Okay.
yeah, so we run it.
okay.
So all right. So I wasn't aware of this. So she was the owner.
She was a partner.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
So running it meaning you're staffing it and you're dealing, you're hiring the.
Eddie does a lot of it. He's the general manager right now.
Okay,
so-
great.
And me and Frankie, we're doing our part to help out,
Cool.
It certainly secures your bookings.
Yeah.
It does.
That's nice.
Yeah.
There you go. Do college students tip?
Not really.
Yeah.
Every once in a while.
Fuckers.
But
They're not going to put their beer money in the tip jar.
Some people are really fucking stupid.
Oh, well. It is what it is. That's
I like
cool.
your sound effects.
There are a lot more where that
We've got plenty. Don't tempt me. Annoy everyone watching and listening. So it's going strong 9 years.
Yes.
That's excellent. And you must do stuff outside of Newbies?
A little bit here and there. I used to do construction a lot. So,
Well, we're talking about the three of you.
Yeah.
Do you guys do stuff other than just at Newbies?
Every once in a while, we do some private parties.
Okay.
And stuff like that. But we're really stuck down there as far as that 3-piece goes.
Yeah.
Frankie stays busy with his band.
Yeah.
I stay pretty busy. Eddie's down there just running the place all the time.
But that's cool considering that you and Frankie are in multiple projects. So you know Thursday is the night that we do this thing together, and and you don't book anything else at that time. So it just
fill around it. It's nice having that one flagship.
Yep.
That's
now,
awesome.
does Eddie ever throw a song at you guys that you don't know?
Oh, yes.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Do you fake it?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Till you make it.
Just fake it till you make it.
That's right. 4 chords and a beer or whatever it's. What's the saying? Southern Edition.
Yeah, let's talk that.
So when we played with you at Alfred's, was that Southern Edition?
No.
That was just Brannon needing a band.
That was just, I think Jeff got that gig.
He did.
I think he did. Yeah.
I remember Cobble saying, "Hey, we're going to do this gig with Brannon Heath," and I was like, "Okay." I don't know these songs, but okay.
Yeah, and then the song we were talking about earlier,
Copperhead
Road.
Yeah.
Before Brannon showed up, we were talking about that song.
Yeah.
Because you didn't know it, right?
I didn't know it at the time, and of course, this has been several years ago that we did this gig. And Cobble, if you know Jeff Cobble, if he shows up with a mandolin, he's playing Copperhead Road. You're not going to stop him.
Yeah, no. And you mentioned I kind of helped you through the song.
Yeah.
How did I cue you on the snare hits? The da 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 da.
Yes, that's what you did, and it was. I knew the basic structure. And I knew that it went from one drum beat to the other, and you would just be like, "Now." Okay, whatever you say. Man.
Brandon's like, "Who the fuck did I just hire?"
Well, yeah, because I know he was thinking behind. I'm behind him. He's like, "This guy doesn't know what the hell he's doing." That's okay.
But back to Southern Edition. So tell us more about that band and when it started.
Well, I started it in 2000. So I've had it for 25 years.
Nice.
It's been going for a while. I'm not able to book anything right now. I've got some little vocal issues going on, so I'm just giving my vocals a rest.
Good.
And not pushing it too hard and not trying to rush back into it.
Sure.
So just taking a little break.
Okay. How long of a break do you foresee, or do you have any idea at this point?
Depends on when I start getting my vocals back. They're starting to come back, but I'm not trying to rush anything.
Now, is this something you've seen a doctor about?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Yes.
So you got some in-depth information on what's going on. You're not just guessing.
If that's what you want to call it.
Sure. I guess doctors guess too. But. Okay.
So when you're with Frankie and Eddie, they just give you a break on the vocals?
I just do a little backup here and there. We used to, it'd be like we'd each take a turn.
Yeah.
And then right now I'm just singing a little backup where I can. So.
Gotcha. Well, name off some incarnations of Southern Edition. I'm sure there's been a lot of players. I'm not expecting you to hit all of them.
There has been a lot of players.
But when let's talk the origin story. Like
when I first started it, I started it with Cowboy Eddie Long.
Who?
Nope.
Cowboy Eddie Long. He played steel guitar for Hank Jr. for 20 years previously to that, and he had done a lot of recording with you'll probably have to edit out some
That's
of this.
Okay. We do this all the time.
Confederate Railroad.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, so he had been doing recordings and playing with Confederate Railroad too, and he was playing with Eddie Smith, and then we were playing on Saturday nights. Eddie had him at Neil's on Fridays at the old Neil's down in Midtown, but we got to recording and play in and out and everything, and then in 2006 he left to go be with Jamie Johnson, and he's still with Jamie now.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, nice. Yeah. That's a hell of a gig. Who are your? I mean, you're just singing, or are you playing acoustic?
I was singing and playing acoustic.
Okay.
Little banjo.
All right.
So.
Did you break out the trumpet and sax at any point?
No. Maybe a harmonica.
I mean, Skinner had horns in it for some songs, but who, like drummer, bass player? Who did you start with?
Probably doesn't remember. It's been 25 years.
It's a long time ago. I know. I'm throwing you under the bus right now.
I can't remember a lot of the drummers that I've had.
Who would want to anyway?
Yeah.
It's like in the Spinal Tap movie. They just spontaneously combust.
That's right.
Little green globule.
Yeah.
Well, out of the gate, what kind of, obviously it sounds like Southern rock country, but what were some of the stuff you were covering?
Oh, Lordy. I was trying to do some original stuff at that time. Matter of fact, our first show was at It's the DeSoto Civic Center, which is the Landers Center now.
Okay.
And that was our first show playing there. I was like, wow. So,
I mean, dude, first show in a little arena? Like, how did that work?
people I had backing me up at the time.
Cool.
Okay.
Was it a bill with other bands?
Nope. I was the only band.
Damn,
I had a
look at
little
you, man.
acoustic thing that was there in front of us, but that's about it.
Well, hell yeah. So this is early 2000s?
Yeah, 2000, 2002, somewhere around 2001.
So up until just now, that band has been working.
I've had many players over. The last group I had was with Bill Darby on guitar, David Griffin on bass, or Ray Gann, Jerry Lee Lewis's bass player, and Tommy Barber, who's with me in Midnite Train.
Yeah.
And before that, it was Danny Fitzgerald on lead guitar, Terry Bailey on bass, and Clay Phillips on drums. And that was a good mix up there too.
Yeah.
So.
Well, hopefully you can get on the other side of this vocal stuff.
Oh,
for
yeah.
Sure.
It's starting to come back.
Are you doing some exercises?
Not really. I need to be.
Do your homework, sir.
I know. I need to do it. They did mention vocal training and stuff like that. So it's something I'm looking into.
So all these years later, now you're playing bass in a band again. What's that been like for you? Has it been, fun?
Nice. It's been fun and challenging at the same time. So
Yeah, because Tommy's a great drummer.
Oh,
I
he's a
love watching and listening to him. He's solid as a rock. And him and David were a great rhythm section. And I've seen some clips of you. You're right in there too. But jumping, it must be like a nice breath of fresh air, right?
It
Do
is.
something a little different.
It's something a little different.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I'm enjoying it. It's a great bunch of people to play with. So
Now, you guys,
fun.
Midnite Train rehearses at Karen's
Absolutely.
place, because I remember seeing her post photos of this new building that she had. I think she had it built specifically for that reason. Did
Well,
she
the
not?
room it's
Okay.
actually an old barn.
Right.
And the room her husband went in, and it's real nice. Got carpet floors and then wood walls,
Yeah.
wood ceilings and stuff.
Yeah, I remember seeing it and thinking, man, there's so many bands that wish they had something like that to rehearse in.
Yeah.
Because it's
Just be already set up. You can just walk in, do your thing, and
Yeah,
leave.
Tommy leaves a drum set there. Chris
Nice.
leaves a guitar amp there, and I usually just plug right into the PA system.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Going direct.
going direct.
You don't want to lug a bass amp around, do you?
Well,
What do you play through?
I actually just went. I bought a Mark bass with the 2 external cabinets yesterday.
What, 12-inch speakers, 10-inch?
I got 2 10-inch and then 2 10 cab and a 115 cab.
Oh, there you go.
So
all
got
you
a good
need.
deal on it. And then I got my old Ampeg TA 115. It's heavy as a rock.
I know, man. It's deceiving at how heavy those things can be. Those little combo amps, brutal. What bass guitars do you have?
Well, I just had Robert Scobie down at Martin Music take my jazz bass and totally gutted it. Put hand wound pickups in it and new volume, tone knobs, the whole 9 yards. Refretted it, leveled it.
Nice.
It plays like a dream.
Is it active or passive?
It's passive.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then for Christmas, I bought myself it's not a real Thunderbird. It's an Epiphone Thunderbird, but I call it my Thunder Chicken. And so I took it down to Scobie, of course, had him level the frets and everything. And he does a fantastic job. Anybody needs any work done, call Robert.
Good to know.
I just wrote his name down. I've heard that name many, many times. We need to interview him because that's a whole nother segment of the music world that we can talk
100%.
to. So that's somebody
If you
we need
could
to get in here.
If you can get, help connect us with him.
Yeah, he's definitely a master at his craft. He does fine work.
Yeah, and I need people like him. I'm not tech savvy when it comes to setting up my basses or anything. If something goes wrong, I got to bring it in.
Yeah, I've heard Cobble talk about him. Cobble's used him for a lot of things in the past. So
Our good friend Cobble.
Yep.
That's right. We love you, man. We haven't picked on him much this year. Not enough, I think. How do you know Cobble?
Wow. I met him years ago in Eden's Alley days.
Okay, yeah. That was an original project for him.
Yes.
Yes.
I was going to say you've been in the Nut House too. That's probably where you guys met. Love you, Cobble. No, yeah, Eden's Alley, and Jeff's been recently posting some of that stuff on Facebook, and man, it's good music.
It is. It's like that drop tuning,
Right.
heavy stuff.
Yeah, I can't remember exactly how he wound up playing with us, but I talked to him.
Southern Edition?
With Southern Edition.
Gotcha.
And I can't remember how that was. And then when he left to go be with the Dirt Brothers is when I got Danny Fitzgerald in there. So
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Was he a space cadet then, like he is now?
who?
Cobble.
Oh, I was going to say which one.
We're talking about musicians. It could be any number of people.
I resemble that remark.
So earlier you were telling us about you actually have a full-blown home studio.
I do.
Yeah.
And you were telling us how you acquired some of the gear, and I want to talk about that. And I want to talk about, do you publicize this? I mean, do you have people come in and record?
I have a few people, friends that have come over. Cowboy comes over and uses it every once in a while.
Okay.
And then, like I've had Lynn Jones come over and lay some harmonica tracks down that we'll email back out west or something. And,
Okay.
Well, your
just
phone's
small
going to be
stuff.
ringing off the hook after this publishes. Just saying. But is this something you want to get more out there? More promotion
I'd like
for
to do a little bit, but I don't want to be tied down to doing them
sure.
all the time. So
Yeah.
if it seems like it's going to be a fun project, something I want to work on, I'd do it. But I don't want to be tied down to being a
No.
Sure.
full-time producer.
Right.
Well, and that's the great thing about having it at your home. You can pick and choose who you want to come in and how much of this you want to do, because I get it. You want to continue to be a musician out there playing.
Yeah. It's like our buddy Jimmy Fault.
Yep.
With Broken Snare. He never promotes it. Word of mouth. He's got plenty going on.
Yeah.
But he also has the freedom to say,
He has some
Not
great
interested.
work coming out of his studio, too.
Yeah.
It sounds really good.
yeah, very good. Do you have a name for your studio?
Driftwood.
Nice.
Driftwood Studio?
Yeah, because it's out in the country.
There you
Driftwood
go.
Studios. Yeah.
Cool.
I'm on 8 acres, backed up to a 300-acre farm plot.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
no one's complaining about volume out there.
No.
Nobody.
So tell us what people would see if they walked into your studio. How big is it? It's multiple rooms, ISO booth. What do you got?
It's like a 25 by 25 building. When you first walk in, you walk into the console room, and then there's a door that goes straight into the live room.
Okay.
And got the window, and there's a bathroom and kitchenette and everything.
So you keep it pretty lively for the drums?
Oh yes,
Yeah.
yes. I got a 5-piece mounted Tay set
Okay.
in there, so
right.
pretty nice set.
And you were telling us you got some of your gear from the late great Jack Holder.
Yes.
So what gear did you acquire from him?
Well,
and if it's something you can divulge, you can tell us how that came about.
When I first started with this new recording equipment, he was telling me about the stuff, what to go get, and he was starting to get sick at the time.
Yeah.
And so I wound up getting that. I'm using PreSonus, using Studio One. So it's pretty simple. He had to walk me through a few things, and then after he had passed, Miss Deborah, who was our GM down at Newbies at the time, wanted to get rid of some of this gear, and she's like, "Here, let me donate some of this stuff to your studio."
Nice.
And I was like, "Wow, that's amazing."
Because Jack, I mean, he played on all kinds of amazing stuff.
And he had Sounds Unreal recording studio in Memphis.
Oh, that's right.
Fully stacked you, didn't it? Did it help you out?
No, that didn't fully stock me. Actually, there was another guitar player. They called him Jukebox Turner. His name was Robert Turner.
Okay.
And he lived up in Brighton area. And Lynn Jones, that come and played harmonica, he had introduced me to his wife after Robert passed. And I went over there and bought some of the stuff out of that studio as well. And yeah, I'm pretty much packed now. So.
How long has it been operating now?
I've been messing with it for the last 3 years.
Okay.
I built this whole place. Me and Scott, which is Eddie's sound man, he helped me do all the wiring, do all the framing, all that stuff. And we built it with our own 2 hands
Nice.
during COVID.
Well,
So that was what I did during
You had some
COVID.
free time.
Yeah.
Built a recording studio
Yeah, so you were able to build it to the specs exactly how you wanted it,
with
right?
the building that I had.
Oh, so the building structure was already there.
The structure was already there.
But so it was just kind of empty and gutted, and you just filled it how you wanted.
Yep. And it's
Very
even
cool.
got a staircase that goes upstairs. It's my bedroom.
Nice.
So the whole upstairs is my bedroom.
Cool. There you
So
go.
I live
You live in
in a
your
recording
studio.
studio.
That's cool.
That, nothing wrong with that. So also we earlier, we're talking about original music and starting to write, or I know you've been writing for a long time, going back to Southern Edition. Now with the studio, I mean, you really built this for your own little playground,
Pretty
right?
much.
Yeah.
So what's the creation process been like for you?
Some of them I get halfway through and have to drop them for a minute and come back to them, and some of them I start laying down a preliminary, guitar track and vocal track.
Yeah, but you can literally roll out of bed and record something. If you have an idea, you can just jump right on it.
In my underoos.
My underoos, my fruit of a loom.
Yep.
Haynes her way. Who are some of the artists you've been working with in there?
Lynn Jones and Cowboy Eddie Long, and also recorded a guy, did a couple of songs named Harold Burke. Did a couple of songs for him. But other than that, it's just been my stuff so far. I haven't really gotten a full band in there to do anything like that yet.
Well, anyone watching or listening, if they're interested in contacting you, what's the best way to reach you to book time?
Send me a message on Messenger or
Okay.
shoot me a
Facebook.
A Batman signal.
Right.
Well, that's cool. Tell us about your original music.
I got a few songs that are out. I've recorded a little bit with Mad Jack Records.
Oh, good. That was the next on the list. So let's tie those two together.
It's they're a local indie company and super nice people. And I've recorded 3 songs with them so far. 2 of the songs, one song I recorded at Sam Phillips
Nice.
recording studio, and I had who was that? Sam Shoop on upright bass, and he is the music director at University of Memphis.
Oh,
he knows a thing or two.
Few things, and then Will Sexton on lead guitar, and George Sluppick on drums from the Brotherhood, Chris Robinson's Brotherhood.
okay.
And Susan Marshall was producing it, and I'm terrible with names.
It's all right. Have you watched the show?
We screw up. You don't remember my name? At least one name of the show.
I'm trying to remember the engineer's name. He just opened up a studio too. Matt Rossbang. Matt Rossbang was the engineer on that. And, it's out on Spotify, everything, on Apple Music.
Under your name?
Under my name.
Brannon Heath.
Brannon Heath.
Gotcha.
Yes.
So upright bass, you go traditional country? What's the vibe of that?
That's something that Susan made the call on, Susan Marshall.
Okay.
She wanted to have on this song. It's a real pretty song. Jed Zimmerman wrote this particular song that I recorded down there. Mm-hmm. And another great songwriter. But they wanted me to record it. So she wanted to hear that upright bass on it. It sounds fantastic. When it comes in, it's like boom.
Yeah. That's warm sound.
Yes.
Yeah. What was it like working in that studio?
It was really weird because I'm back in this booth back in the back corner, and and then they're like coming in, and so I'm just practicing the songs. They're hearing it for the first time.
Yeah.
So
that's what pros do, right?
Yeah.
Dave Smith, our good friend.
Yeah.
The CEO of Joshine. He's been doing it for years. And
actually, I recorded 2 songs at Justin Reimer's studio out in Cordova that he had out there, and Cross Tracks recording.
Okay.
And I had Davey Smith on bass.
Nice.
On that. And
he's fun.
Yes.
He's just fun.
He's fun and down to business, and just comes in there and just lays it down. I was like, oh, man.
Yeah. He's been doing it a minute.
He's been doing it a minute.
And still doing it. The studio work isn't what it used to be.
Right.
But he's still, his name is out there.
Absolutely.
So they know he's a go-to when you need someone to come in, maybe 2 takes, done.
Right. Or if you need to be moisturized.
That helps too. Yeah. This song's missing some dewiness.
Yeah.
So let's make it dewy.
Yep.
What are some of your influences?
Wow, that goes way back. Anywhere from Alabama to Ozzy Osbourne.
Oh, that's cool.
A little bit of everything. My mom always listened to like the Beatles and Willie Nelson, and my dad listened to Merle Haggard and Johnny Cash. So
when you started playing guitar, what were some of the songs that you were learning at the beginning?
At that time, I was doing a lot of 50s stuff, like Johnny B. Good. And
I mean, dude, think
But
It's like going to school.
I'm like
learning that stuff.
6 and 7 years old at that time doing that stuff. So
Yeah. But, I mean, that's where you start, right?
that's where you start.
Do you have bass players that you like more than others? Like anyone that you focus on?
Oh, I mean, Cliff Burton.
My buddy, my dog right here.
I would have never ever guessed that was going to come out of his mouth.
I know.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So a big Metallica fan? Did you grow up?
Yeah.
Did you ever try playing like field riffs and on guitar? That's how I started.
Yeah, I used to play a lot of Metallica stuff growing up. So.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when you started playing, what album was it?
Oh man, I really
Kill 'Em All.
I really started from the beginning. I like their older stuff.
Right, but when you're the young age learning Metallica riffs,
Kill 'Em All, Ride the Lightning. Right. Yeah.
What year are we talking? Because Kill 'Em All came out in '83.
Man,
did it?
I can't
Somewhere
remember.
in there. Yeah.
I was in 3rd grade in '83, man. So,
Yeah. So you're hitting the early stuff. Black Album was the opening moment for me. And then I go retro too, of course. You go backwards, like, oh my God, all this great stuff. But yeah, Cliff Burton,
yeah.
you know, you got bass players that can play solos, and then you got Cliff Burton.
Well, if
Different animal.
If I'm gonna mention a bass player that could play solos, then we're gonna go back to the Lord Tracy days.
Oh yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
So
Yes, Mr. Kinley Wolf.
Kenley Wolf is an amazing bass player.
What an animal.
Yes.
That guy is, for sure. And we had him on the show, and I brought up Cliff Burton because I thought maybe it was an influence on him. And it was a little bit. It was more John Entwistle style play. But yeah, I mean, distortion, pick harmonics, all the things. He's got a whammy bar in his bass. I mean, yeah, pretty wild. But that's cool that a local legend is an influence on you. That's really awesome.
So Metallica question: what was the last album Cliff Burton played on?
Master of Puppets.
Okay.
Yeah, he died on the tour.
Okay.
Out in Europe.
Gotcha.
The bus flipped over and
Well, Master of Puppets was my introduction to Metallica.
it was
And
still,
was
in
great.
my opinion, their best album.
Yeah, I love it.
In my opinion, it's just end to end. It's just awesome, and his best work, really.
Yeah.
There's a song called Orion, which is an instrumental, and man, it's got him written all over it, and there's a cool bass solo in there. But anyways, today is about Brannon.
Yep. So any other bass players that would shock us that you really listen
Bootsy
to?
Collins.
There you go. I mean, we're hitting all of it.
Yeah.
He's a outlier too. You know, Sex Machine from James Brown. That's
Right.
Bootsy.
Okay.
So he cut his teeth with James Brown
Gotcha.
before going to the Funkadelics and doing all his stuff. Very strange rhythmic style to him. It's like rubber bands. And it sounds like he's playing rubber bands. It's just weird.
Right.
Hard to explain, but
So do you have any current players that you really like and listen to?
or just artists in general?
Not necessarily.
No.
I just stay pretty busy learning some of this new stuff right now since I started with Midnite Train. So I've been sitting down listening to music.
Talk to us about their set list. What's some of the newer stuff that you guys are?
Oh, wow,
that you
we're doing
do?
some old April Wine.
Oh, nice.
Little Zeppelin.
Okay.
Bad Company.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so it's fun, but we're switching some stuff up. We'll wind up going to like Brass and Pocket. You know,
Okay. Blondie? No.
Chrissy Hines. And the
That's
Pretenders.
it. Yeah, Pretenders.
But we
yeah.
got a couple of Blondie songs on there.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
Cool.
But we try to do Train songs. So when I come in, I was like, "Why aren't you doing Crazy Train?"
There you go.
So
Yeah.
I like Rudy Sarzo. I mean, I followed him through his
Mm-hmm.
playing and everything. So it's
Do you guys do Blackfoot?
yeah, we do Train.
Train?
Mhm.
Of course. Got to. Who does the harmonica part?
It is on a sampler.
Okay.
Oh, so Tommy kicks it in the back?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, because that's iconic.
Now, did you guys all have input on the set list?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay.
I threw a few songs out there like Rock and Roll Hoochie Coot.
Huh?
Nice.
Rick Derringer.
Rick Derringer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a good song. I like that song. What does the future hold as far as Midnite Train? You guys now are in Roosters, so you guys are in the new spot.
We
too.
played there.
What
and,
in 10th inning? You mentioned 10th inning.
mhm. And we got me and Karen are doing the off the tracks this afternoon at Hadley's, and then Wednesday we'll be there with the full band at Hadley's.
Okay.
Very cool.
And
Well, by the time this comes out, that will have already happened,
It'll already happened.
unfortunately,
Yeah.
but that's the way it works.
Yeah, but you are pretty good with posting your dates on your page.
absolutely, and on the Karen takes care of the Facebook page for Midnite Train, so whenever
Gotcha.
she posts something, I just share it.
Yeah.
So
Well, very cool. Well, we're all happy that Midnite Train, was going to continue.
Absolutely.
After David leaving, I think it was neat to take a break, go away for a minute, come back with a new look.
Yep.
I mean, this
Fat?
this pretty guy right here, and new sound, new songs, the whole
Yep.
thing, and then off the tracks. That's a neat spin-off.
yes,
So good for y'all. That's
Yep.
great, and congratulations to you because
thank you.
you got a gig.
This
Gigs are good, and hopefully Southern Edition can ramp back up too. Do you have a set of guys that you would already go to the minute you can start booking that again?
pretty much
Okay.
same guys I was playing with when I
Gotcha.
quit booking.
What was the last incarnation?
It was Bill Darby on lead guitar, Tommy Barber on drums,
Okay.
and either David Griffin or Ray Gann on bass.
Yeah.
Okay, David Griffin. First off, thank you for being a sponsor, David
Yep.
Griffin. He's booked to come in soon.
I think he was running sound for a Huey Lewis tribute act somewhere out of town.
Yes.
Okay,
I don't know where he was, but it was pretty cool.
yeah. Well,
Yeah, he did Jason Miller the other night from what's the band he used to be? Jason used to be in. I got Southern comfort running through my veins.
I couldn't remember Copperhead Road, so I'm not going to help you with this one.
Crossin' Dixon is who
Okay.
the guy I was with, but yeah, he's run sound a lot. He started running sound for a while back, but yeah, awesome sound guy. He actually runs sound for us. David Griffin from the stage. I was doing it from the stage, but he's got way more experience running sound live. So
yeah, I'm
I
sure it
was
sounds great. Yeah,
Yeah, have at it.
one less thing to do. Go ahead.
Right.
That's right. Simplifying things for sure, making them more streamlined for yourself. Because mixing from stage isn't ideal, but sometimes that's all you can do.
Right.
You don't have the money to pay for a fifth guy to run sound.
Well,
or
with the
sixth guy.
technology now and the wireless things, you can take your little iPad out there and
Yeah, and you can mix your own monitor mix if you want. You guys do all that? Yeah, that's awesome. That's
Yeah,
great.
I heard someone saying that they can even have their separate mixes on their cell phone.
Yeah, yeah.
And you can just,
Yeah, all the guys in Nashville do that.
crazy.
Yeah, and all the places down there are pretty centralized in terms of all using the same.
It's a standard
app.
setup.
Yeah, so you just roll in with your phone and
Nice.
boom, tap in. It's pretty wild.
Yeah.
But well, Brandon, thanks for doing this,
I
man.
appreciate y'all having me.
Yeah, we hope that you feel better soon. And get get on the other side of this, and
Yep.
so we can
Get Southern Edition back out there doing it.
Absolutely.
yeah, and let us know when you start booking some stuff. We'll come check you all out.
Cool deal.
And then if you ever want a shitty rhythm section for Alfred's, so let us know.
I can play Copperhead Road now.
That's right. I'm not going to cue you. I'm not even going to look at you. But yeah, check out Brannon Heath on Facebook. Go follow him there first. And then go to Spotify and find Brannon Heath's original music out there. And stay in the loop on Midnite Train. You got Off the Tracks.
Yeah.
Soon, Southern Edition. The name of your studio again?
Driftwood.
Driftwood.
If you want to record something and you don't suck, contact
Go
me.
up to Brighton, Tennessee, go hang out. And, sounds like a comfortable place.
Nice. Quiet.
All right. Well, flip 2 pages there. There we go. Everyone, thanks for hanging out. We appreciate that you make it this far. And if you could go to therhythmsectionpod.com, there you'll see our entire catalog of episodes and links to our YouTube, Apple, Spotify, Facebook, and Instagram.
Thanks to our sponsors. If you're interested in becoming a sponsor, you can email us at therhythmsectionpod2022@gmail.com or reach out to us on Facebook.
And to those who donate, thank you so damn much. You have no idea how much it really does mean to us and how it helps this show and this studio when you throw a tip in our bucket. And you can do that at Venmo and CashApp. Either app, search The Rhythm Section Pod or find the links in the description. Brannon Heath, everyone. Let's go.
Thanks, man.
Man, good luck to you, and congratulations on the new work you got going on. And to everyone out there, thanks for watching and listening. See ya.